All right, and we are back. And today, back with a little bit something different here. This is actually going to be a little bit of a critique, I believe. I haven't watched the video yet, but just from the title, this is a video by an amazing creator called Legal Eagle. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with Legal Eagle, check him out. He actually has really great legal content. I love watching lawyers and like lawyer content sometimes in my off time. And this is one of my favorites. He's actually one of the first lawyer reaction channels I ever watched. Now, some of you guys may be familiar. I actually did a video that kind of covered Legal Eagle a little bit ago. It was actually one of the first videos I had to hit like over 100 views. So like, shout outs to me. But no, guys, Legal Eagle's great. The video I did was with the Illuminati issue with him, between him and Illuminati. I don't think she's really doing that great since that video happened. I think people actually must have saw my video and were like, oh wow, he's making really great points. I made a ton of them, guys. Check it out. Link will be in the description. But yeah, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it. That's enough of the joking, rambling enough for me. So guys, if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe to the video. If you're not familiar with Legal Eagle, check him out. Go like, comment, subscribe to him as well. And here's the serious part. Come in close. Legal Eagle, you can testify to this. If you don't like, comment, and subscribe to this video, YouTube will actually come through that door. And they will. XQC is stealing content, and so are most reaction streamers.
Streamers are being so lazy, it might be illegal. That's right, professional live streamer XQC is facing accusations of stealing content for his own reaction videos while making a complete mockery of other people's intellectual property rights. Oh, hold on. This part's great. Man, I love this guy. Welcome back, Legal Eaglets. Today it's time to think like a lawyer because we're going to be covering one of the most misunderstood—
Whoa, guys, this is meta. I'm reacting, Legal Eagle's reacting to Legal Eagle reacting. Wait, to XQC or explaining. There's a lot going on here. This is like, what is that movie? This is a really good thing here. Inception.
understood aspects of copyright law. Fair use. So hold on, because it depends. But for those not in the know, XQC is one of the most popular and highest paid internet personalities. Over the past decade, the 27-year-old French-Canadian has cultivated a dedicated following for his unique style of unfiltered commentary for video game live streams and YouTube videos.
Okay.
XQC's most—
I can't get mad at that because even though I'm not entertained by it, somebody is. I mean, look at all the old faces in the comments, the frogs, so like obviously some people enjoy this type of commentary. Me personally, I'd rather hear people like these type of reactions, like streaming reactions, are a little bit different for me because obviously I do reactions on my channel, guys, but I more prefer YouTube reactions where people are more or less editing or have someone editing the video. They're only showing the parts where they're going to be reacting to the video itself. There's all the extra of like, it's a little bit more transformative, and not to bash any streamers out there or anything who also do reaction, like streamer reactions, but like when you're doing a reaction, you actually want to like focus on the material, give commentary on it. It's kind of a back and forth between you and the material. But a lot of times you see live streamers, they don't even pause. They literally keep going because even if they're not physically in the room watching the video, they're going to keep it going because the audience is watching it. But then it goes to the point of like, is this for the audience or is this like, what am I here for? Am I here just to watch the original content, which I could just go ahead and do? Or am I here for the personality of the streamer? Now you can say like, hey, I'm here for the personality of the streamer. But when the streamer is not on screen, it's like, what am I here for? I could just actually at this point go react to the original content. If you're going to walk away and I'm going to be watching the video, I might as well watch the original video. But if you are going to be interjecting with commentary, something like that, doing cool stuff, then yeah, I'm all here for it. there's a lot of leaving, and like there's very few video. I don't think there's any video you'd see of me where you just see my chair unless I purposely did that. This doesn't seem to be the case here.
Now, XQC's most recent controversy kicked off when he uploaded a video to his YouTube channel showing himself reacting to another creator's video on the JFK assassination.
About to return to ground level, given spotted Oswald approaching.
But while reaction videos typically involve lots of pausing and constructive commentary on selected clips, XQC's video is almost exclusively just him watching the entirety of another person's 90-minute video. This triggered an influx of backlash from other YouTubers who accused XQC of free riding off of another creator's hard work, all while reaping financial rewards via clicks and ad revenue.
XQC is saying next to nothing. Again, it's just like, wow, this video is popular, so I'm gonna sit in the corner and my audience will do basically whatever I say, and I'll say it next to nothing and make free money.
And to make matters worse, sometimes he even keeps...
I gotta get into that, guys. See, my problem is I genuinely just talk a lot. So I am going to always pause because I do have stuff to say all the time. I personally think that this is a little bit transformative, you know? I think what I do, it's kind of transformative, guys. I don't think you'd get this type of interaction with just watching his video, you know, the Legal Eagle video. You know what I mean? Legal Eagle. If I'm right, wear blue.
Keeps the video playing while he leaves to use the bathroom or make lunch.
Allowed various work.
Do not post this to YouTube for the lack of react. Boom!
And of course, XQC is...
Okay, I'm sorry. That's actually entertaining. He should just post that clip to YouTube because that is actually a very entertaining. Like, oh, lack of react? Boom! Guys. Oh, wait till I get big enough for people to clip my random stuff that I say. They're going to have a field day with the amount of random things I say in every video. The compilations of me saying ridiculous things, man, if I felt like editing that myself, man.
Is not the only streamer who reacts to other people's videos in real time with almost no commentary. It's all over the place.
Oh, come on, not Osmond Gold. You can't be calling out Osmond. He actually does plenty of reactions to things, you know. That this guy, I love this guy. Come on, man. Okay, the normies, guys. The normies are like the reaction channel for YouTube. They're not even on Twitch. They're not even like, I mean, they're on Twitch, but they're not like streamers. They're actual like YouTube reaction channels. They do like movies, you know, they do so much editing in their videos specifically. Trying to call out the normies is like the craziest thing. And they're watching Dragon Ball Z Abridged. This isn't even the real Dragon Ball Z. This is like dubbed over with regular people, like making it to be funny. Dragon Ball Z, and they're watching that. That's already in itself like content that like they're begging you to react to that type of content right there. I don't know, man. You can't be calling out the normies. Man. What did they do? Naive? Come on, man. He's not even a normie anymore. He's got his own channel. He does his own reactions, and they're incredible. Go follow him too.
Now, XQC claims he's done nothing wrong and accused his critics of being envious of his success. Now, as a YouTuber who has produced my own share of reaction videos and had their videos reacted to by others, this is an issue that is near and dear to my heart, and more importantly, my wallet. And the transformative nature of fair use is one of the most misunderstood areas of the law on the internet. So today, let's take a deep dive into one of the most heated debates on online content creation and fair use that's happening right now. Now, Felix Lengyel, better known as XQC, has spent nearly a decade building a devoted online following as a former top-ranked competitive Overwatch player turned streamer and content creator. And on the live streaming platform Twitch and now Kick, XQC regularly chats with fans, hosts reality shows, and broadcasts himself playing video games. And on his YouTube channel, XQC makes general videos.
You can't fight that argument right there. That's like a solid argument he just made back. Legal Eagle, what do you have to say about that? Like, what do you really have to say about that? Whoop, 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 whoop. You know, you can't fight
Videos
that.
on a variety of topics, including videos of himself reacting to other creators' content, and often re-uploading his live streams. Now, XQC is no stranger to controversy, and if anything, he revels in it. He's been historically suspended from Twitch for various reasons, ranging from a copyright strike for live streaming the Tokyo Olympics, to an incident where he uploaded a brief clip of two gorillas mating, which he claims was by accident. And XQC has also blurted out homophobic
Accidentally? How do you accidentally have that pulled up? XQC, what's going on here? That wasn't an accident. That wasn't an accident. I don't know. That was just you being weird. Like, don't put that on there. I mean, it would have been better if you would have like, yo, I was watching a nature documentary and it was just in there. Then you could just blame the documentary people. Be like, no, it's not me. It's that guy. This guy's weird. Like, don't look at me. But yeah, come on, X. What's going on there?
sexist or otherwise
QC.
bizarre comments during live streams. But ironically, the famously outspoken XQC now finds himself under fire for the things he doesn't say during his reaction videos. Now, most recently, XQC kicked the hornet's nest on July 24th, 2023, when he posted a video onto his YouTube channel titled The Kennedy Assassination, XQC Reacts to Lemino. But XQC's video is not so much a reaction video as it is mostly just him watching an entire 90-minute JFK documentary in silence. A number of YouTubers accused XQC of stealing the content of a fellow creator while providing almost zero commentary that would make the video his own. First, it was Bub Films taking XQC to task, then some ordinary gamers joined the fray, describing the video as garbage, and this isn't the first time that XQC's non-reactive reaction videos have actually stirred controversy. Neo, a YouTuber who creates educational videos, who you can also find on Nebula, criticized XQC for leaving the room 5 seconds into reacting to Neo's video and only coming back 10 minutes later, which Neo described as XQC, quote, making a mockery out of the fact that he is not reacting. He also provided a graph showing that there was no viewership boost for Neo during and after XQC's broadcast. On the streaming site Kick, which XQC recently made a $100 million deal to join, one of XQC's first streams went south after a member of Kick staff had to jump into the chat to stop him from streaming the entirety of The Dark Knight. He then found himself temporarily hidden from Kick's directory, aka shadow banned, for a second copyright violation for streaming Breaking Bad. Now,
See, okay. Now follow me here, guys. It feels like the problem is actually being live in itself. Like, if he, again, just made a video where they actually edited it out, because, okay, the whole rant I just went on about the normies. Those guys are incredible. I love them. They make plenty of movie reactions where you're only going to get a small portion of the movie. You're only going to get enough of it so maybe you can actually understand the premise of the movie. And as someone who does reactions, I try to follow a similar, thing. Now, again, I don't watch any reactions on movies that I haven't seen, especially now, because like I actually try to do reactions on my own sometimes. So like, I don't know exactly, like I know that some of the techniques that they use, like they're doing heavy amounts of editing in those videos, guys. Like I've seen, what's the one that I've seen from them? Like the Batman. You're not just watching the Batman. You're there for the normies. Like the last 20 to 30 minutes of all the reactions is them discussing the video. And it's an hour video. You get a half hour out of a 2-hour movie. You're getting like 20, 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes at tops of a 2-hour movie. Those are heavily edited film. You can't say they're not transforming the content. You're literally mostly watching for them. You want to see how they're reacting to it. There's plenty of cuts in between. Just, again, I hate to be that guy, but like similar to my videos, check them out, check out my movie reaction playlists. Link will be below.
Addressing the backlash to the Kennedy video, XQC asserted in a live stream that he paused like crazy and added a lot of commentary to very generous statements.
Bro, I paused like crazy, added a lot of commentary. Chat, the reason why I didn't commentate is that streams are content. Streams in their entirety are content.
He then claimed he only rushed through because his chat was, quote, getting mad. And after going on one of his trademark rants, he added, quote,
yes, a lot of it is just watching it. Because that's what chat wants. If I commentate too much, chat gets bored.
Now, we'll talk about legal defenses.
So it's not just about watching it. It's about comprehending it. You have to like still provide the commentary. Like after there's a point in it where you feel like you can provide commentary. It's simple as that. You're just like, if you just watch, like, I don't even know how far I am into this video. Like, I'm like 5 minutes into this video. I've probably added another 5 minutes worth of commentary at minimum, mostly trying to defend the normies. Okay, no more normies talk.
This is in the future, but this is just classic. The chat got bored, so it's okay to commit copyright infringement. I'm sure he's fine here. But on Twitter, XQC hit back at some ordinary gamers, writing, quote, "I'm watching a vid I like to my people, that's it." Whatever that means. Now, XQC reacted to Neo's response with this incomprehensible video.
Chat, did this get re-uploaded? Chat, is this video re-uploaded or not? Wait, it didn't. Wait, it didn't. So what's the problem? So, what's the problem then? People say that it's when you upload it to the same platform, and that's the problem.
Yeah, so what I think he's trying to say, and don't quote me on this, is that he told his editor or his social media guy not to republish his live stream to YouTube, thinking that that somehow absolved him of copyright infringement. That's not the case. Now, what this gibbering mouther fails to understand is that it's copyright infringement whether it takes place during a live stream or during a video on demand or a re-upload. It doesn't matter whether it's live or not. It's still copyright infringement. It just might be harder to actually find if there's no actual recorded video of it, if it was a live stream that just went off into the ether. And actually, when XQC was called out during the live stream of reacting to Neo's video for the lack of commentary, XQC just gets angry and makes some stuff up, talking about some nonsense reaction about the metal of the pillars and stuff.
Metal pipes, cement, football, go at the back. Wait a minute, chat. Hold up. I think this is a very rare copper alloy right there, chat.
But at high
Whoa. Hold on. Let me see. Nah, this doesn't look like a rare copper alloy to me. This looks like plain metal. Now, I will say, this building structure in general is insane. That is a lot of close together buildings, guys. Now, that has nothing to do with the actual point here. The actual point is, that's actually pretty funny. It's just the way he comes at the people calling him out for not, like, when he realizes, like, oh, wait, I haven't been doing anything. His immediate reaction is, oh, guys, oh, check this out. Check out this brick, guys. Freaking check out this fence, guys. Look at the fence on this. I'm not even doing the accent right. Also, I do feel like Legal Eagle may have a slight thing against this guy's accent. It's like, what is it? He's supposed to be like French Canadian or something. I've spoken to a lot of Canadians, a lot of French people. Some of them do have a little bit thicker accents. It seems like English may be his second language. You know, I'll give him some praise there. I like when people have like English or something else as their second language. I'm like, okay, I give you a lot of leeway here, because like, shout outs to you. You learned 2 languages. I don't even really know Spanish like that, guys. Like, I can do like, hola, ¿cómo te llamas? No, ¿cómo te llamas? I can do some of them.
Wait a minute, chat. Hold up. I think this is a very rare copper alloy right there, chat.
But it highlights the lack of actual commentary. You can't just describe what you're seeing and call it commentary. That's not going to qualify. And it highlights the lack of anything of value that's being added and the lack of transformativeness of these reactions.
Okay, but what do you have to say about that alloy, Legal Eagle? Was that alloy special or not? And he's 100% right. You can't just repeat what the guy said. You actually have to like provide some type of like decent commentary, some type of like actual point. You're just talking about the random buildings. If I just said like, oh man, look at the books on his background right now. This lamp, look how green. Look at the shades of green when the light hits it. This is incredible. This phone, I bet it doesn't work. Actually, I bet that phone, I don't think that phone actually does work. Something about this phone, and this isn't me doing the bit anymore. This is actually me giving real commentary. I don't think this phone works. Something about it. It just looks too unused, if you know what I mean.
But XQC described some ordinary gamers' take as, quote, unfounded criticism full of personal attacks, and asked some ordinary gamers why this triggers him so much. Now, speaking as a lawyer and YouTuber, the reason this triggers some people, especially content creators, is that XQC seems to be basically stealing other people's hard work under the guise of creating a reaction video, which we'll talk about whether it's a reaction or not. But besides the legality of it, there are a wide variety of attitudes toward reaction content in the streaming community itself. Ethan Klein, a YouTuber and co-host of the H3 podcast, has emerged as a prominent voice on fair use and one of the fiercest critics of non-reactive content creators. And on the August 7th episode of the H3 podcast, Klein and XQC debated what counts as fair use with respect to hosting content. XQC accused Klein of doing the same thing by featuring smaller creators' content on his platform.
You keep saying that.
You're
but
doing
it's
it.
Not proven.
You're doing it. You call me a thief piece of when
Yeah.
you're doing it.
You haven't proven that. I don't know why you keep saying that.
I love the tea. I love the drama, guys. I'm here for it. I just wanted to pause and give my reaction to that, guys. I hope when you guys watch my channel, because I've actually had people say, oh man, your channel, your video is longer than the original video. Not great reaction. And I'm like, wait, I thought reactions are supposed to be longer than the original video. If I'm not making it longer than the original video, I'm not adding any type of like original content to it. I might as well have just showed you the original video if it's going to be the same length. But I'm not going to post that person's comment on here because I'm not going to, just throw them out there like that. If you guys want to know who said that or why, you got to find that out on yourself by subscribing, like, comment, subscribe.
That.
However, a key difference is that H3 rarely plays a video in its entirety, and XQC asserted that his live reactions give exposure to smaller creators, which set up a furious response from Klein.
Nice try. You literally do it to enrich yourself. You're a multimillionaire and you steal content from small creators and you don't give a about their rights or what they want. You're not creating anything big for anyone. You're just taking attention and views for yourself and you don't give a about the consequences of that. It's not your decision to make that for other people's property.
Now, the debate devolved into finger-pointing and insults with Klein cutting off the stream, but not before XQC asserted people would rather watch him do the worm than watch Klein's podcast, and he then did so.
Okay, sure. I mean, that's content, man.
Well, first of all, that is not the worm. My bad, guys. I'm too busy reacting to the video that I didn't react to the words on the video, which also states that he clearly doesn't know what the worm is. But I said he's not doing the worm.
And it's original
I'm reacting, guys. I'm hardcore reacting.
content at least. Yes, do that, bro. Do it.
And in the wake of all of this controversy, YouTuber Meat Canyon created a parody of XQC in a video he called The Tragedy of a Reaction Streamer, in which XQC is portrayed as a Smaug-like monster hoarding views, though ironically, the XQC golem in this video seems to be actually more coherent than the real thing.
Very fun. I liked it a lot. Make sure to leave a like, a click on the bell, and a thing. And oh shit, I'm doing the pose.
And then things got meta when XQC reacted to the video by barely reacting.
The views check maybe I could find it.
And then things got really meta when Meat Canyon reacted to XQC's reaction by barely reacting. Though ironically,
Dang. Guys, am I doing too much work? Should I just like be silent here the whole time? I'm sure there's some people in here who are like, bro, can you please just shut the fuck up sometimes? Like, we are so fucking tired of hearing you all the time. Like, jeez, let it fucking go. Why are you always fucking talking? But then some people are like, yo, I love how you're going and doing your thing, man. Keep it going. React more, talk more. So I don't know, man. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. I like, it just feels like I'm doing a lot more. I could be making millions with XQC, just sitting here, just chilling, just like Legal Eagle. Do your thing, Legal Eagle. Do your thing.
Canyon's reaction is probably the one that's most likely to
drop down and get your eagle on.
Qualify as fair use because under some circumstances, parody can be fair use. And if I was his lawyer, I'd argue the parody only works if he reacts to the whole thing without reacting. Copyright can be really weird sometimes. Of course, copyright can be hard. It's why you need a good lawyer. But if you want a great lawyer, my firm, the Eagle Team, can help. If you or a loved one has suffered from cancer, suffered an injury or death in the family, or were involved in a car crash, we can represent you or help find you the right attorney who can. Just click on the link.
Guys, everyone knows how I feel about promotions, guys. I love them. But unfortunately, until I receive some, it's not like I can just play his full promotion, but I will help him promote it. So guys, make sure you go to Eagle Team. Visit his Eagle Team. He's incredible. He's a great lawyer. I've never had him represent me before, but he gives me that vibe that he's a really great lawyer, guys. Every video I've ever seen of him that gives actual law advice, it's always been very solid advice. I feel like I can really trust. Like he really seems like he's just so knowledgeable about the law itself that if you had if you had a case and you're like, hey, I want a lawyer who seems like, 1, personality, great personality, 2, suit game on point. You're going to get the best suits. 3, he knows what he's talking about and he's going to help you. This is the guy to go. So guys, go to Eagle Team for any of your legal needs.
Link in the description for a free consult.
Now, we'll get back to the video, but also his link will be in the description to my video here. It'll be down below. Check out the video. Check out the full original video for yourself without the reaction commentary, without the reactor, myself in it. Check him out.
Tube thieving streamers. And this is a perfect opportunity to talk about one of my very favorite cases that actually involves Ethan Klein. Now, originally, Ethan Klein found fame through his YouTube channel, H3H3 Productions, which was hosted by himself and his wife, Hila. Now, their content included sketch comedy and reaction videos that satirize internet culture, and it was one of their biting reaction videos that landed them in federal court. Because in February of 2016, Ethan and Hila posted a video mercilessly mocking the video of another fellow YouTuber, Matt Hosenseide. In which his character, the big, bold guy, attempts to seduce a love interest using the power of parkour.
Strong shoulders.
He wrote that in, by the way.
I don't recommend that you watch this video. It is the most cringeworthy thing you have ever seen in your entire life. And for some reason, it still exists on YouTube. But the Klein's 14-minute reaction video included numerous clips of the big bold guy's supremely cringe video, interspersed with their own commentary and jokes. And frankly, they played almost the entire video itself while they were commentating on it.
I feel so objectified.
You can have me.
Holy f***.
Of course.
And it's just that easy, baby.
And in response, Hosenseide, known online as Matt Haas, sued the pair in federal court for copyright infringement and DMCA violations. And in the original complaint, Haas accused the Kleins of reproducing virtually all of the work as, quote, nothing more than a prop in their comedy routine. And after the Kleins posted a video discussing the lawsuit, Haas added a defamation claim as well. But Judge Catherine Forrest of the Southern District of New York rejected all of Haas's claims, ruling that the Kleins video constituted quintessential criticism and comment that clearly fell within the bounds of fair use.
Yeah, now I haven't seen the full video of either one of those videos, and I don't know, guys. I feel like that's gonna have to be like a light goal or something for me to watch something like that. Like, if this video gets this video has to get 20 likes or something, and then I will watch that cringe video because it looked very stupid. I wouldn't want to watch that, but it also looked like something I could really make fun of a lot and give a lot of commentary on. So I completely understand where Ethan was coming from. I'm actually on Ethan's side completely on this one. Hey, that was a very cringy video. Do a reaction to it. React to it. Show it. Make fun of it. Pause. React. Pause. React. Play video. All that fun stuff.
In her analysis, Judge Forrest highlighted that the heart of the fair use inquiry is the extent to which the purpose and character of the use is transformative by adding something new with further purpose or different character. Noting that commentary and criticism have a strong presumption in favor of fair use, she cites various jokes and comments the Kleins made about the video, like calling Haas the king of cringe tube, criticizing what they found to be unrealistic dialogue between Haas and the parkour actress, and mocking the plaintiff's parkour ability. And Judge Forrest also analyzed to what extent the Kleins video usurped the demand for Haas's work by serving as a market substitute. And citing the Supreme Court's ruling...
Guys, this is not a market substitute. Go support the original video here. Legal Eagle. Link will be in the comments below. Did I do it good enough for you, Legal Eagle? Legal Eagle, do not sue me, please. I don't want to get sued here, Legal Eagle. I think you're incredible, guy. I think you're a really great lawyer. Don't sue me, Legal Eagle.
In Campbell versus Acuff Rose, aka the Two Live Crew case, Judge Forrest noted that lethal parody may indeed hurt demand for the original work, and the injury may even be intentional, but that does not produce a harm cognizable under the Copyright Act. And accordingly, Judge Forrest found that the Klein's video, replete with criticism and mockery, is, quote, decidedly not a market substitute for the Haas video, holding that the Klein's video constituted fair use. Judge Forrest then dismissed the claims of copyright infringement and the DMCA violation, and she also tossed the defamation action, deeming the offending statements non-actionable opinions. And Ethan Klein rightfully declared this ruling a huge victory for fair use on YouTube. But in a footnote, Judge Forrest also cautioned, quote, the court is not ruling here that all reaction videos constitute fair use. She then provided helpful guidance for why the Klein's video was fair use, but other reaction videos might not be. Quote, some reaction videos, like the Klein video, intersperse short segments of another's work with criticism and commentary, while others are more akin to a group viewing session without commentary. Now, even though this case is 70 years old now, it's a great rundown of the fair use factors, especially in the context of an actual YouTube case, which is why I cite this case in every single one of my video descriptions. And if Lemino or Neo or others decide to sue XQC for copyright infringement, I can pretty much guarantee that they'll quote from this decision to argue that XQC's videos are a group viewing session without commentary, not entitled to any fair use defense. So let's run through this analysis for what XQC is doing and figure out whether he has a fair...
Guys, I'm pretty sure what I'm doing is fair use. I put out a couple of videos now. You know, it's been a while. I've been doing a few reactions. Some of you guys like them. Some of you guys can't stand me. But the ones who do, I'm pretty sure I'm in fair use, guys. You know, shout outs to us. You know, mostly me, you know, but shout outs to us. We're doing the thing, guys. I believe we're fair use right now. Legal Eagle, let me know if you're Legal Eagle, reach out to me if you thought this video was not fair use. I feel like it was the most fair use, you know, because I'm adding some good commentary here. This is like grade A, top tier, S level commentary.
Fair use defense or whether it's copyright infringement. Now, fair use is a legal doctrine that allows unlicensed use of copyrighted material in certain circumstances. As an affirmative defense to infringement, fair use seeks to balance the property interests of copyright holders with the public interest of encouraging freedom of expression and the wider distribution of creative works. And while fair use is decided on a case-by-case basis, there are certain enumerated activities that are laid out in the Copyright Act as potentially qualifying for fair use, and that includes criticism, commentary, news reporting, and research. And that is not an exhaustive list. And in determining whether a particular use of a copyrighted work constitutes fair use, courts will consider the following 4 factors as codified in Section 107 of the Copyright Act. And no factor is determinative. You have to weigh every single one of them. Okay. The first factor is the purpose and character of the use, including whether the use is of a commercial nature or for a non-profit educational purpose.
This video here, I would say this is just for, like, you know, a I guess commercial nature. I don't know. What would this be considered? I haven't made any money off YouTube yet. I'm really just doing this for like you know, I guess for a non-educational purpose. Some people are learning, but I feel like the original video from Legal Eagle may be a little bit better if you're just trying to actually learn the information. This video has it's interspersed with commentary, you know, a bunch of other, you know, my opinion on his facts that he has because he's a lawyer and I'm a guy on YouTube. But let's see. I feel like I still may qualify for the first one. Let's see.
The second is the nature of the copyrighted work. The amount and substantiality of the portion used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole, and the effect of the use upon the potential market for or value of the copyrighted work. So for the first factor, courts examine how the party claiming fair use is using the copyrighted work. And while non-commercial and educational uses are more likely to be deemed fair, making money from the use of another's work doesn't automatically preclude a fair use finding. Instead, the key inquiry is to the extent the use is considered transformative. And the example that I often use is that Jurassic Park was originally a novel written by Michael Crichton.
Oh my gosh, guys, if you've never read the original Michael Crichton book, read it. Take a read. It is incredible. It is one of the best books I've ever read. It is wildly different than the movie. I wouldn't say too wildly, but if you really want to know, check out the reaction. The movie. This isn't reaction. If you really want to know, just check out the video I did about the book. It's actually the only book review I've done on this channel, so it'll be easy to find. Incredible book. The details of it were so just like impressive. Like it's an impressive book. And it makes the movie look a little bit dumber, but at the same time, you understand why they make the movie the way they made it. Michael Crichton specifically wanted the movie to be a little bit more family friendly than the book. That's why some characters are a little bit different. Their attitudes, like their whole, like their goals within the story are a little bit different. Hammond is probably the biggest example of that. If you read the book and then also watch the movie, John Hammond is the biggest character swap of any character in the entire series. That and, you know, maybe Alan, maybe, but honestly, not even, because Alan was still pretty good in the movie and the book. And the lawyer. The lawyer had one of the biggest changes as well. So yeah, I mean, he's not great in either one, but I feel like he's a little bit more redeeming in the book than he is in the movie. So
then eventually it was turned into a movie, Jurassic Park, created by Steven Spielberg. Now, the movie is a derivative of the novel, and while it was transformative to turn the novel into a movie, you better believe that Steven Spielberg got permission and was able to license the IP to turn the novel into a movie. If Steven Spielberg had not gotten permission, that would have been copyright infringement. And that's why fair use can be tricky, because for it to qualify as fair use, it has to be transformative. It has to create some.
I feel like he should have mentioned the fact that the book and the movie were so very different. Like the book has a whole nother like set of villains inside of it. The book has like different aspects of the different dinosaurs that you don't see in the movies. They have whole other like parts that they weren't even able to put in the movie. There's multiple things going on that like the movie and the book are almost two completely different works. It's just the names of the characters are the same and some of the plot details are the same. Outside of that, majority of the even like details of like how characters are just like more like just different. Like, you think Ian Malcolm is cool in the movie? Wait till you read the book. That dude is the coolest guy around. Like, I'm sorry to tell you this, but Ian Malcolm is so much like the only thing the movie does for me at this point is give me the idea of what the characters should look like. So when I read the Jurassic Park book, you automatically be like, okay, this is him, this is him, this is him. This guy is so much better in this book, but I'm seeing him in my head as the guy in the movie. Like, if they would have made the character, if they would have made the movie like the book, it would have been even better. Like, as great as that movie was, and that movie is incredible, it would have been so much better if they would have stuck with the, like, full-on just turn book into movie. Don't do any Hollywood changes. Don't make this more family-friendly for the audience. Don't make it so like, oh, the younger kids are going to like this. No. Give us the same thing that the book readers got, and I'm telling you, people will absolutely love it. They will be like, whoa, this is the best Jurassic Park movie out there.
Something new, but it also has to be for the purpose and character of one of the fair use categories that the law recognizes as available to use for fair use, whether it's education or whether it's commentary, criticism, or parody. The purpose has to be there, as well as it being transformative. Being transformative alone is not enough, and in fact, that can make it copyright infringement. Now, whether something is transformative is a pretty complicated subject. I could make an entire video just on whether something is transformative.
Okay, Legal Eagle.
But here's what the Supreme Court said in the 2 Live Crew case. Quote, the central purpose of the purpose and character of use inquiry is to see whether the new work merely supersedes the objects of the original creation or instead adds something new with a further purpose or different character, altering the first with new expression, meaning, or message. And in that case, the Supreme Court held that the rap group Two Live Crew's commercial parody of Roy Orbison's song Oh Pretty Woman was non-infringing fair use. The court also found that the
Legal Eagle, if you get this video copyrighted because of that, Legal Eagle, please do not. I hope that doesn't just get this whole this video like a copyright claim, because I'm blaming you, Legal Eagle. I'm sending YouTube directly to you. You know, don't make them burst through that door. YouTube, you know, Legal Eagle, don't make them do it. They will. They threaten me with this every time. That's why I'm like, yo, guys, please comment, subscribe, because YouTube will come through that door. And once again, if you don't, they will.
More transformative of the new work, the less significant the other three factors are. And as a result, the first prong has historically been the most decisive in fair use determinations. And generally speaking, you're supposed to take the minimum amount necessary to create the transformative work that you're creating. Now, parody is a little bit different. There, in an exception, you sort of need to take at least enough for people to get the joke. You have to be able to conjure up the thoughts of the original for the parody to work. But generally speaking, for fair use, you're supposed to take the absolute minimum necessary. Now, there's a little bit of gray area in terms of what is minimum and what's not, but still, generally speaking, you're not going to be able to take the entirety of a work and simply play it in the background. And this is the heart of the criticism against XQC, namely that his reaction videos are insufficiently transformative to constitute fair use. Now, the second factor is the nature of the copyrighted work, which analyzes the degree to which the work that was used relates to the copyright purpose of encouraging creative expression. In short, the use of copyrighted material from a work of fiction weighs in favor of finding infringement, while taking from a factual work, likely a news item, is more likely to be deemed fair use. But frankly, the courts don't put very much import for this particular factor unless the work has never been published before. But the third prong considers the quantity and quality of the copyrighted work that was used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole. So in other words, fair use is less likely to be found when large portions of a copyrighted work are used, or if you're taking the heart of the copyrighted work itself. So in other words, fair use is much less likely to be found when large portions of a copyrighted work are used, and you're much more likely to be able to mount a fair use defense when you only use small portions. But in some contexts, even taking a small amount of a copyrighted material can render a use unfair if the selection constitutes a substantial part of the work or the heart of the work itself. So for example, in a case called Harper and Row versus Nation Enterprises, the Supreme Court held that a news article's quotation of fewer than 400 words from President Gerald Ford's 200,000-word memoir constituted the heart of the work, and the use was ultimately found to be infringing. And the reason there is because the magazine published the part of Ford's memoir that related to pardoning Richard Nixon, which apparently was the only reason you would ever read Gerald Ford's memoir. So this would be another strike against XQC, because XQC and these other live streamers are just republishing the entirety of the other YouTube videos and then reacting to it. Now, as we saw in the Klein case, just because you republish virtually all of a video doesn't necessarily mean that you can't mount a fair use defense, but it makes it really, really hard. And the more that you cite, the more you're going to have to add commentary or some new transformative meaning to your secondary video.
Yeah, that is very true. So Legal Eagle, once again, I need to know, is this video transformative enough? You know, I need to hear it from you, guy. Because, you know, people in the comments, they could just say anything, you know? It's a guy in the comments. But if Legal Eagle says that this video should be taken down, then Legal Eagle, I am behind you. I will take this video down as long as Legal Eagle himself is like, hey, not transformative enough. But then, you know what I'll do? I'll make the video again, but then I'll transform it even more. Maybe throw in some, like, you know, green effects on his face or something like that. Something like kooky like that, you know, some eyeballs popping out or something. You never know, guys. I'm trying to make this video transformative enough for you, Legal Eagle.
And then the fourth and final factor focuses on whether and to what extent the unlicensed use saps the demand for the protected work by serving as a market substitute. In other words, in assessing this factor, courts consider whether the use is hurting the current market for the original work, for example, by displacing sales of the original, or preventing people from watching the original video, and or whether the use could cause substantial harm if it were to become widespread. And I think this is yet another strike against XQC, because when you republish virtually the entire portion of another person's video, and then you're not commenting on it with new meaning and commentary, why would anyone then watch the original video? They've already seen the video on your live stream.
Very true.
Now, as someone who has made dozens of reaction videos for this channel, and as a lawyer who has a vested interest in not getting sued for copyright infringement, I have a lot of experience on how these reaction videos are supposed to work. Or at least that's how Gamerant feels about my channel. But to give another example, when I reacted to the movie My Cousin Vinny, I didn't post the entire movie, and I didn't just show myself watching it, however fun that might have been. Instead, I took clips and punctuated them with my actual legal commentary. You see, the traditional way of making reaction videos is to actually react to the videos.
Full disclosure, you dickhead.
Hey, I just said that. Now, creators who stream for long periods of time assert that, of course, there will be dead air while they eat or go to the bathroom. But the problem with that argument is that by the nature of live streaming, you can't take the minimal amount necessary as required under the fair use factor. And instead, you're playing the whole thing in real time, and you're not making any discretionary choice as to what is actually republished. And yeah.
For me, it's not the fact that live streamers are reacting to the content in full, because people wouldn't really care about reacting to the video in full. I'm reacting to this entire video in full. But the thing is, like, you aren't actually paying attention to the content that you're watching. So it's like you aren't even watching the content. You're literally just playing the content for your audience, but then you're going to repost it so you can make a profit off of that. That's going to be the problem. The problem isn't about, like, I don't think too many people, and granted, some people do, not too many people actually have a problem with another person reacting to their video. But you actually have to react to the video. You can't just like play the video, put it on your channel, get the views that they would have gotten from their video, because people want to watch original videos. People want to go and see the original video, but then another set of people, sometimes it's the same set, have a mentality of like, yo, I want to see another person react to the video after I've seen it. So like, I expect most people who watch my content to have already seen the original content before. If you're watching this video about XQC is stealing content, I expect you to have already seen Legal Eagle's version of it. And if you haven't, I encourage you to go click on the link down below so you can watch his video without my commentary, because it is a thing. Like, his video is going to be different than mine, simply because I'm actually paying attention to watching it. Like, if I just got up and walked around, you guys would be like, yo, what is this video here? Is this Legal Eagles content? His channel looks different. No, that's not how this works, guys. That's not how YouTube's videos should work. That's not how reaction content should work. And if you're streaming on Twitch, Kick, whatever it is you're streaming on, like, that is a you have to be at that computer. Like, I get it, you're streaming for a long time, you got to take a bathroom break, that's cool, pause the whole thing. If people leave out the stream because you paused to go to the bathroom, that's kind of them. That's just on them. They'll come back. Other people will come in once they actually see that you're coming back. Just make it quick, treat it like you're at work. Actually treat it as if you're at work. I worked at a retail, AT&T, Metro PCS, and Metro PCS. You don't actually get a lunch break. You just gotta eat when you can, and then you go back to it. You don't actually get a full bathroom break or anything. You just you go when you can to make it quick, because there's people that's gonna be out there again. So like, you kind of have that mentality. When you're live streaming, imagine that you work in retail.
Yeah, biology might dictate that you might need to take a bathroom break, but that's not a defense to copyright infringement. That's a live streamer problem, not a content creator problem.
Yeah.
I have to put it up.
at least pause the video. Like, that's what I'm talking about right there. There's just an empty chair there and some background stuff. Like, pause the video if you're going to do something like that. You got chat talking about pee.
So yes, leaving to take a break will almost certainly violate copyright due to the lack of commentary, but arguably so does just watching it in real time if there's no commentary being made. And this highlights why it might actually be impossible for any live streamer to have a live stream reaction where they're just simply playing the entire video and reacting. Because there's been no forethought about what's the minimum necessary to make the point of the commentary or the point of the criticism. They're just playing the entire thing and interjecting some little bits of commentary or criticism.
It's like a beanie.
And courts don't look fondly when you use the entirety of the work. So yes, you could add some original commentary to your reaction, but if it completely displaces the market for the original, it's probably not fair use. And it's pretty obvious that once you see a video during a live stream, the way that most of these live streamers do it, you're not gonna go back and watch the whole video again. Let's be honest, this kind of reaction content is extremely low effort and easy to do. Why? Because you're just piggybacking on the work of the original person. And whether XQC is in the room or not.
Whoa. Guys, I don't know if you know this, but reaction content is one of the hardest jobs ever. Like, do you see how much I'm like, you know, look at the pressure I'm under here, guys. You know, man, this is tough right now. I'm reacting to Legal Eagles. You know, he's putting the pressure on me right now. Like, as we speak. Psh, come on, people. You see. You see how hard I'm working.
There's an argument to be made that his borderline incoherent babbling might not even qualify as the commentary or criticism necessary for fair use anyway. Honestly, I think my dog could offer about the same level of incisive commentary as XQC during most of his live streams. Yeah, if you want to feel bad, just remember that apparently this garbage is apparently worth $100 million to the streaming platform Kick. But there are some live streamers.
He is going in on XQC right now. Legal Eagle, what you don't like this guy. You genuinely do not enjoy this guy as a person. Like, you're taking a lot of shots at him, Legal Eagle. Some of those were a little catty. I'm just saying, put your claws back. You know, I know you're an eagle, and I know you're legal. Put the talons away.
Who do things the right way. If you get permission or you get a license from the person who owns the rights to the videos, then by all means, it's great that you are getting that permission and then reacting to it. And if you want an example of people who do reaction content right that aren't lawyers on YouTube, there's the popular YouTuber Ludwig. Not only has he created his own video differentiating between a genuine reaction video and stolen content, he's also held in high regard among other content creators for his ethical streaming practices. In particular, he asks for permission. And when he reacts to a fantastic series like Jetlag, also available on Nebula, he continually suggests that people sign up for Nebula so they can watch Jetlag where it was originally published. So Ludwig is evidence that it's not impossible. And another example of someone who does reaction content the right way is Dr. Mike. He is only looking at little snippets, and then he is talking about how that snippet relates to his chosen practice. Obviously, medicine. Now, you don't have to be a lawyer or a doctor to do reaction content. You do need to make commentary about the thing you are reviewing, and you, generally speaking, can't use the entirety of the work. You should have some forethought about what you're going to use and what's not necessary. And ultimately, non-transformative re-uploading of videos hurts content creators, free rides off of their hard work, and likely infringes on their IP rights. If these videos are re-uploaded in their entirety, it should be left up to the original content creator to approve or reject it. And remember, there's a super easy way to get around this. Just ask permission from the original content creator. Though in defense of live streaming reaction videos, Hassan Abi said, quote, 90% of creators don't mind. They like it when we're watching their videos. I'm a content creator, and I love it when people react to my videos. But the thing is that even if 90% of those people would agree to it if you ask them, you still have to ask them or it's copyright infringement. And that, of course, leaves out at least 10%, it's probably more than 10% of content creators do actually mind, and you are explicitly going against their wishes. So ultimately, the easiest way around this that's good for everyone is just ask for permission. But streamers need to realize that not only is it legally required to ask for permission in many, if not most of these circumstances, as well as it being the morally right thing to do, it's also in their pecuniary interest. Someday a lawyer is going to explain the concept of statutory damages to them, and they're not going to be happy about that. Until then, you can support creators directly by getting a membership to today's sponsor, Nebula. Neo and I are not...
Yeah, again, you guys know how I feel about sponsors. Nebula is an incredible resource, guys. You'll be able to learn. It's almost like YouTube, but it's very more like educationally focused. They actually try to break down a lot of like things in a more educational way. There's less random videos of, you know, people doing random stuff on there. It's actually more focused on actually learning something when you go to Nebula. So definitely check out Nebula. You get a lifetime membership for $300, guys. You can't beat that. Yearly membership, $50. Monthly, $5 a month. But you know what? I'm pretty sure Legal Eagle is going to give you some type of discount. But there's one way to really get that discount. You're going to have to take a look at the link below and see what else he's got to say about that one. Now, I feel like that was a great promo.
Bankrupt Linus. On the contrary, it's more successful than it's ever been. But we're offering lifetime memberships for a select few fans so that we can make even more original content.
And he's on there because he's going to be making some original content on there. And it's probably not going to be reaction content, guys.
To not take on outside investors. It's the opposite of a going out of business sale. It's a going into much bigger business sale.
Wow, that's a great sale.
And if you're new here, Nebula offers classes and more. Neo, Jetlag, Real Engineering, Real Life Lore, and Legal Eagle, we create the content that other people actually react to. You can see my feature-length documentary, Bad Law Words Good, and my other Nebula exclusive content includes my full-length interview with the screenwriter of My Cousin Vinny, and my Not Safe for Work video about lawsuits that are too hot for YouTube. But like I said, for this month only, you can get an exclusive lifetime membership. It's $300 for life. No tricks, no gimmicks, that's it forever. And if that's not your speed, that's completely fine. You can still get a 40% discount on yearly subscriptions that pencils out to less than $3 per month.
That's a great promotion, guys. Less than $3 a month. You're almost losing money if you don't do
For
it.
a lifetime membership or a huge 40%
This is a
discount.
pretty long
Just
commercial.
click right now down below before that deal goes away. Then after that, click on this link over here for more Legal Eagle, or I'll see you in court.
All right, guys. Great video. Good thing he was talking about streamers and not just like, you know, regular YouTube reactors, or else I may actually start to feel a certain way, especially at the end there. It kind of sounds like he was implying that like reacting to the full video in general isn't a good idea. But it seems like I'm going to have to get permission from Legal Eagle in order to post this reaction video, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get that done. Besides that, I mean, let's be real here, guys. We all know the difference between some transformative content and non-transformative content. What counts as a good reaction and what doesn't count as a good reaction. If this was a good reaction, you know, like let's say this was I just didn't say anything and just let this go on. You know that would be a bad reaction. I know it would be a bad reaction. We all know what a bad reaction looks like. If you're not actually adding commentary or reacting, then it's going to be a bad reaction. If you're actually saying something, make sure you say something that is relevant to the video. Don't just say like, oh, I'm watching the Legal Eagle video. Man, did you hear about like what freaking the Eagles did yesterday? Like, no, that doesn't have anything, like the football conversation doesn't have anything to do with that. You know, unless you're like going into something like a rant or conversation, like, you know, me, myself normally do. You know, I do that quite often. But unless you're doing something like that, where at least it starts off in the realm of the original topic, but then, you know, maybe it takes a long foresty type of, you know, stroll, but then it leads back to the conversation. Even that is cool. But like, if you're just like going to the bathroom while a video is playing, then that's not going to be transformative. I don't know what to tell you. You're not being a good reactor. You need to react harder. Now, reaction content in general is going to have its complications because there's always going to be some people who don't want to see someone else react to their video. But then there's always going to be people who are okay with it. There's going to be plenty of people who are like, hey, that was actually a pretty good video. I enjoyed the commentary on it. I enjoyed you as a personality. I think you did a good job going over the content and explaining how you feel about it or doing this. You know, it's kind of one of those things where like, I can't remember the lawyer or the case, but there was a what was it, like a federal judge case about pornography. It's kind of like, you know it when you see it. You know a good reaction within like the first 5 minutes or less, maybe like 3 minutes of a reaction. Like, if they don't pause in those first 3 minutes, it's probably not a great reaction. They're probably not reacting. They're probably just watching a video and you're just doing a watch along with them, which I guess that's cool, but you really need permission for that. So yeah, guys, I guess with that being said, we all know my videos are very transformative, and honestly, YouTube, you should actually release some of the videos that you actually cut out, because those were pretty good. You know, I gotta say, Super Mario, the Super Mario Brothers movie, come on, YouTube, that was great. You know, so. All right, guys. With that being said, thank you if you made it this far. I almost went into an even longer rant than I did, but I stopped myself because I do still have some type of, you know, I still have that. You know, I can still maintain that part of myself where I'm not gonna go react even longer than I'm reacting. So yeah, there you go. You got to finally see my random rant if you haven't already. So with that being said, I gotta go get permission to upload this video from Legal Eagle, guys. Thank you for watching, and as always,